What's up, y'all? It's real good here. We are passing through the big city right now at 4 a.m. and there is traffic. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit anxious, almost traumatized from the times that I spent living in the big city. The traffic here is outrageous. There's 5, 6 lanes. People cut and swerve, and they seem to cut people off just for fun. Feels really aggressive here. It absolutely helps me appreciate Paradise. Reminds me how valuable it is to be in a context that's loving and healthy and supportive. Oh, gosh, I feel so grateful, so rich. I want this for all of us. Let's keep co-creating this. Find the space that works for you. Oh my gosh. All right. Do you see that? Look at the size of that building. This is actually the first time I've left Paradise since before COVID. Actually, since the holidays when I went to visit family on the other coast. It's kind of interesting. So far, I'm enjoying it. It's not bad. I've been able to create lots of content for us and reflect quite a bit. Made some personal breakthroughs, and I'm having lots of excitement and joy and feeling an abundance of loving kindness available for me right now, which is really nice to hold myself in the space that I've been going through. A bit of discomforts and uncertainty, feeling on the verge of transforming and breakthrough shifts in life. Also nice for this traffic to have an abundance of compassion, although I imagine I'll be experiencing some compassion fatigue by the end of this little jaunt. And I'm looking forward to having more and more loving kindness in myself, more and more capacity to be with others in sweet, unifying ways. Because ultimately, I love the effect of having healthy relationships, of healthy intimacy. It's so nice to feel an abundance of healthy intimacy, of healthy relationships in my life. The amount of love and support that feels available to me at any given time now, it's so good. It feels so good. And this is within your power. This is within your control. Do the self-work. Find the space in yourself. Hit that subscribe button and stick around. Keep listening to this material and doing the work. Do the somatic work. Do the self-work. Start to figure out Uncovery. Reach out to me about Uncovery. Go ahead and give it a try with people if you think you understand enough and you want to give it a go. Really, I encourage you to explore things like authentic relating, nonviolent communication, meditation, and I highly suggest bringing it all together with the Uncovery process. Gosh, there's billboards here. There's no billboards where I live. Bright lights. I don't know why anyone's awake right now. It's also enchanting. These large buildings, large relatively to me. I'm not even in the downtown area, and other cities have even larger buildings, but there's so much packed in here. There's still green and trees, it's still a lush world, but there's so much pavement, construction gear, green and orange and yellow signs, traffic lights, billboards and brands and aggressive drivers. The feels here, it's overwhelming. It almost feels numbing, like I'd have to numb myself down and be less sensitive and less available to the subtleties of myself and less sensitive and available to others to survive in an environment like this. This does not feel healthy for humanity or community, in my opinion. Whew. But it's exciting. And it's feeling a bit new and interesting to me at the moment. Yeah, the amount of mental, verbal, visual pollution that's out here, mental and emotional stimulus pollution, is overwhelming. I'm sure there's actual old school pollution here as well. But just energetically, emotionally, psychologically, get out of the city, spend more time in nature, please. Spend time with sweet people, getting to know them and getting to know yourself. Please. Oh my goodness. Oh, the buildings. It's so cool too. It really is. gosh, it's so much. It's stiff and jarring and hard and cold and aggressive and yeah. By the way, a note on somatics. So many of these words and descriptions I'm giving are descriptions and outward projections. They're judgment words, evaluative words for sure. And it's just a playful, excited way of expressing, or I could be slowing down more and really giving you the rawness of the emotion. Let me demonstrate, even though it's a little more slow and less exciting at the moment. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, antsy, frenetic, jazzed, choked up, stiffness in my chest, hyperactive, nervous, excited, curious, afraid, unsafe. These are some of the things that I'm feeling. And I don't think I slowed down much there. Fun, joy. I'm experiencing fun and joy, which I tend to with newness. There's definitely interest and splash and pizzazz and bigness itself, and there's so much going on here. Ooh, the city. I live in a city as well. It's just not a massive city like this. Oh boy. And actually, to be totally frank, I live about 20 minutes outside of the city, tucked away in a little cabin in a forest surrounded by rivers, fields, animals, as y'all probably know because you've been watching my channel. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're getting any sort of joy or entertainment or value out of this, hit that like button and let me know, and we'll keep more coming. There's so much interesting, enormous man-made stuff here. I feel so distracted from myself. Even in the excitement, I feel pulled out, and then I feel like there's a downside to being extracted from myself in this way. I feel like the time to be with myself and reflect and process was really valuable. Now it feels like I'm on external visual stimulants that's gonna have some come down involving remembering who I am and where I was and wondering where it is that I went when I was so distracted by all of this man-made noise. Now that I'm in a city, and to be politically correct, I should probably say human-made. Honestly, choose your battles, please. Do the inner work. Please. Nonviolent communication. Please. In yourself. At home. Really, I encourage you to carry worthwhile flags. If your life is heavily affected by something, please carry that flag and make the difference for yourself. Please keep checking in with reality, goodness, and work. Like right now, I'm driving by a big old truck, and I felt a little bit nervous, which is probably an indicator that I should be paying a little more attention. Not the goodness. Also, these voices and such, a little bit deviant from the core value of reality. I notice that I'm attempting to have fun and entertain and play, maybe even feeling some permission from the bigness of the city to be a little bit more ridiculous and flamboyant. Maybe my sensitivity is tapping into some of the nature of this particular city, which would lend itself towards such ridiculousness of character and expression. Thank goodness. There were so many exits and turns going through this city, whereas I'd gotten to cruise previously for like an hour or however long we were driving, and now I've got another 100 miles before I gotta make a turn. Sit back, set that cruise control, take a little nap, all is good. Just kidding, I don't have a self-car yet. Self-driving. A self-car? Reminds me of the episode on car as the extension of body. Even though I'm driving 10 miles per hour faster than I did the entire rest of the drive, there's people flying by me on both sides. Probably super annoyed that the country bumpkin is in town. I'm probably super angry while I'm sitting here laughing, talking to y'all, having a good time, feeling good, didn't sleep, not a care in the world. If I'm missing out on taking over the world or something, or having an angry old time, I don't know, someone Someone pinch me and wake me up from this dream of bliss and inner peace and remind me that I should be more angry and aggressive. So I've been driving in the city for I don't know how long, but I'm starting to feel like my neck pain coming back. I'm starting to like crack my shoulder blade and my back a little bit more often, and yeah, it's really starting to get to me. It's kind of agitating. So, yeah. I don't crave it anymore. That corporate monster, the big machine, this whole thing, I don't crave it. Don't crave a role in it. Not hungry for that kind of, I don't know what you call it, power illusion. I mean, the kick I'm on now is I really, really not only want to help people heal and find and help themselves and each other, I really think I have more than something, but certainly we can point at Uncovery alone, and I have so much excitement around that, let alone the rest of these frameworks. This channel that we're building here together, the joy I've found in sharing that with you so you can see it in action. I'm not pretending right now. I'm having these experiences and sharing them with you, and I'm welcoming you to reflect on your life and how you get to feel. And if you're feeling great and joyful, awesome. I still encourage you to check in with reality, goodness, and work, because I don't want us to be ignorantly feeling great while the world is burning. I don't want us to leave a brother hanging, leave a sister hanging. But if you're not feeling well, if you don't get to have these experiences, you don't get to have the freedom or the joy or the richness in yourself, the inner peace, or the abundance of relationships and love, the experiences of loving kindness, any of these things, if you want them, please reach out to me, subscribe to the channel, hit like on the stuff you like so that I can make more of it for you and know what's working for you. But please, above all else, recognize that you have a choice. We trap ourselves so deeply by the stories we tell ourselves. So when I say check into reality, we're getting somatic here. We're noticing not just the present moment, which is an often recommended alternative to being too heady. Get in the body. Get into the bodily experience that we're having now. It'll give you access to the past and the future if that's what you're into. But getting into the body gets us into a much richer place where we're not as stuck in the stories. The ego doesn't have as much leverage in our bodily experience. Up here, the ego can drive fantasies and keep us stuck in unhealthy things like careers that we hate or relationships that are toxic for so long that we get beaten down, burnt out, depressed, anxious, traumatized, destroyed. Please check in with your body, your somatics, your feelings. How are you doing? What's good to you? You don't need to go look it up. What feels right and good to you? And as you experience life, you get to discern between short-term benefits that feel bad in the long run, or things that you crave but don't really feel good while you're doing them. You get to learn and discern, and we can talk about discernment and our 2 or 3 factor authentication theory in another video. There are all sorts of tools that we can come up with here that I can share with you, give these little shorthand anachronisms and catchphrases so you can remember them and begin to integrate these into your life so that you too can in reality feel goodness, be doing the work, putting in the effort to get yourself there, be making those little changes and nudges in your life and doing the important things to you that are really good for you, and doing that work and getting to joy, getting to inner peace, getting to rich interpersonal relationships, and getting to live the life that you really truly want, and that we all have access to if we make these switches, these orientations, where we get out of our mind, we decomplexify, we actually learn who we are and what we truly want. We continue to shift away from the stories of what we should be doing, the things that have been imposed and programmed into us, not just by the man, by your relationships, by the other media that you expose yourself to, all of it, everything we expose ourselves to. I'm encouraging you to return to yourself and meet yourself, to find healthy relationships and learn how to create and maintain healthy relationships and develop healthy intimacy, what it takes to get there, do the self-work necessary to have self-awareness and meet yourself and show up in your relationships in healthy ways, and live a life that's abundant and rich and beautiful. Okay, soapbox. Woo! Putting it down. Getting back on the road. I'll see y'all again real soon. Hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this or got any value out of this, hit that like button and throw me a comment. I'll see y'all again real soon. It's been real good. Take it easy.